Moving on to other news, a new fully electric vehicle startup in Italy is challenging U.S. and Chinese rivals with its Made in Italy design.
And the EV startup Aehra is being launched by a former oil trader who hired an ex-Lamborghini designer to infuse the cars with Italian emotion and is placing emphasis on aerodynamics over performance. But its biggest hurdle to success is an already crowded market of EV startups and traditional car makers.
Yes, and we have Metro Globe Network's brilliant Shaheran with the story.
Tesla paved the way nearly 2 decades ago. Now, the global transition to fully electric vehicles is littered with startups, inspired by a new era in mobility and drawn by their lower cost of building compared with their fossil fuel guzzling forebears. What has been missing in the new EV formula, according to Milan-based Startup Aehra, is a fresh design concept.
As we think electric vehicles today are too tied to the internal combustion engine tradition of design, of engineering, and we are doing a step change. We believe the shapes that we're introducing maximize the usage of electric platforms that nobody else is doing at the moment.
Design is where Aehra hopes to grab market attention. The Aehra vehicle body is moving away from edges that have defined the muscularity of supercars in recent years and is returning to a gentler line reminiscent of pre-war car design. According to Aehra Chief Design Officer Filippo Perrini, this aesthetic shift improves the car's aerodynamics, which will help extend range, and by reconstructing the classic internal architecture, will create more cabin space for passenger.
The front end of this car is very unusual. You see there is a huge reduction of the front overhang because we are trying to have a long wheelbase, short front and rear overhang to leave much more roominess and space for the passenger and driver.
But the company is entering an increasingly crowded market of EV startups and traditional car makers that are being pushed to tackle car emissions that contribute to climate change. And Aehra does not plan to launch its first vehicles, an SUV and sedan, until mid-2025, with annual production starting at 20,000 to 25,000 vehicles. The ultra-premium cars also plan to come with a hefty price tag, starting from $160,000 to $180,000 US dollar.
It's going to be much more difficult now than it was a decade ago for Tesla, when they were basically the only brand doing a premium high-performance EV. Now there's potentially dozens of brands doing this, competing for that same dollar.
The European Union is banning sales of new fossil fuel burning cars by 2035, giving rise to new players with lower startup costs, while potentially penalizing legacy car makers that have invested billions in hybrids as bridge to technologies. Aehra is expected to roll out first in the United States and key European markets before expanding to Asian markets.